Water Resource Users Associations, so-called RUAs, made up of water users and landowners along the rivers, are formed to manage and conserve a shared water resource. Their main objective is to reduce conflicts over water, ensure water supply, and protect the ecosystem along rivers, the so-called riparian zone. RUAs bring together all users of a river catchment, also described as a river basin or watershed, and manage the distribution of water in a fair and negotiated way. In Kenya, RUAs first began forming in the 1990s. They are established by communities along rivers and guarantee the management participation of their members in all decisions taken on the use of the river water.
My name is Mercy Kendi. I work for Gozishu Water Resource Users Association as the manager. Gozishu Water Resource Users Association was started back in 1998 as a self-help group and community-based organization that was formed because of the conflicts that were coming from downstream users and the upstream users on Gozishu River. Basically what we do here is on protection of Gozishu water resource, that is both surface and groundwater. During the formation of the RUA, out of the 200 illegal abstractions, we came up to 16 projects, where 9 of them are commercial projects and 7 of them community projects. Out of the 16 projects, that is where we have come up with the management committee. Each project has given us a representative who come to our main committee meetings. We've been able to come up with other committees, that is the procurement committee, the finance committee, the monitoring and evaluation committee, and we are able to raise and to sustain the RUA. We have water that has been metered, and members pay a little amount of money at the end of every month, depending on their usage and their allocation. Then we also have the membership fees that every one of the 16 projects brings some renewal money for every year for them to retain the membership. I would really love to show you what we exactly do at the field, and karibuni sana. Years ago, we had several consultations meetings at this point where the upstream and the downstream members had to meet and decide on how they must share this little resource. Common intake was one of the first resolutions to our conflict. We had to carry out an allocation plan to know how we will share the resource among the members. We were able to get the number of people who are living in the catchment as well as the number of livestock and the acreage. That way we were able to share the resource equally among all the projects and all the members. From the total production of the springs, the RUA is given an allocation of 70%, where 30% is supposed to be left for the riparian land, for the ecosystem, and for the wildlife that is along the riverline. We have 4 abstractions from this spring. The small 4-inch pipes are mostly consumed by the communities that live within the locality. The 6-inch one is for one of the commercial farms just within the area. But now you see this big other pipeline. It is serving the community that is about 21 kilometers down, the Maasais who are living there. The construction of this common intake was meant to be a completely self-regulating weir. This has created a lot of transparency to all the members, because whenever the water levels goes up, then it clearly shows that everyone gets enough allocation. And if the water levels happens to go down, then still it is equally shared to all the members. RUA has not only been able to construct one of the best intakes in the country, but as well trying to protect its resource by employing a guard who takes care of the resource 24/7. We've also been able to do a fencing around the intake to ensure that no one comes to steal from the intake or comes polluting the water system. RUA has been able to employ 5 river scouts. Their job is to walk around the river line to see that there is no illegal connection along the line, and this has ensured the river has been flowing to the confluence of Timau RUA throughout the year. Through capacity building, we've been able to train our members to conserve the existing as well as plant more seedlings within the riparian land. The Water Act 002 that indicates clearly that between 6 and 30 meters from the riverline, depending on the length of the river, then it should be protected. So our members have taken it positively, and we have been able to plant water-friendly species of trees along the riverline that is a stretch of over 21 kilometers down. We have arrived now in another spring which produces on average 20 liters per second. Mudhuri Springs is situated in an individual land. The owner of this shamba is also the chairman of the RUA, and he has really taken good care of these springs. We've been able to build a wall around the springs to take care of erosion as well as the mudslides that are common in this area. And we've also been able to plant seedlings along the riparian land and also the catchment area to ensure that there is enough production. Ensuring that every member has some water at the household has not been a very simple job. We had to do several sittings because there were so many conflicts with the members. Dialogue was the best method to solve the conflict. Maasais who are down the stream and the Meru who are in the upper stream, who actually believe water is their right and it is their resource. We had to bring them together and see that the resource shall be shared among all the members. We are encouraging other RUAs to come up together, form RUAs to help them sustain and conserve the water so that we can have enough reserve flow, as well as empower the members at livelihood level to see that we have been able to upgrade their living standards.
Conflicts between water users up and downstream are a widespread problem in many river watersheds. RUAs offer a participatory and integrative way to mediate among stakeholders, provide fair and equal distribution of water, and promote land and water management practices.